Hello, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, hello, Max.
Mr.
Bingo.
Max.
Hello.
uh,
Ah, dear. So, Nikolai, how do you like St. Petersburg?
oh, it's very cool.
It's winter, Nikolai. Come on.
Eh, you don't know real
I
winter.
know. I do. I know. hmm I have had winter in Beijing. It is cold. hmm
How much degrees?
Minus 12 in the daytime. And
Uh,
wind. Wind that is 25 kilometers an hour. So, no, not 25, more than 25 it was. It worked out that it would feel like minus 20 degrees
But it depends how
in
humidity
the
in this
day. Yeah,
area.
no, it's dry. Not humid, dry. You go outside, you smile, and your face freezes. It was like that. hmm It snows in December, and the snow stays on the ground until April. Yeah, it was cold in Beijing. I liked it. hmm hmm So,
mhm.
Nikolai, it's warmer than Siberia, though, isn't it?
I just woke up. It first time at 5 a.m. It crazy thing. Could you repeat?
Oh my God. Oh dear. Charlie,
I,
hello.
I went to bed in 1 a.m. I
Oh,
very tired.
why did you go to sleep then?
Yesterday I have classes in the evening, and I came back to my apartment. So
You might as well. You
very
should have
very
stayed
late.
awake.
Huh?
You should have stayed awake. Eh, mm. So, Charlie,
Hello, how are you?
hello. Do you know Nikolai and Max?
No, I don't
You
know.
don't? Okay. So Nikolai is a little bit crazy.
It's
Max is
fun.
more sensible. Okay. I think we've had class together before, haven't we, Charlie?
Is this possible?
Yeah, I think so. You sound familiar. Mm. So, Max, please introduce yourself to Charlie. Tell him where you're from and what you do.
I'm Max. I'm from Russia. Originally I'm from Altai region, but now I live in Moscow. I work as an architect. That's
Okay?
it.
And Nikolai. Are you awake now, Nikolai?
Yeah. Hello everyone. My name is
Yep.
Nikolai. I
Mute.
oh
Mute.
sorry.
Okay.
Uh, Hello everyone. My name is Nikolai. I live in Russia right now. I live in Saint Petersburg. I moved out from Barnaul city. It's Siberia.
Last week.
2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Today is 2 weeks ago.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell
I
Charlie what
work
you
as system administrator in one company that develops own web projects.
do.
I like volleyball. I already play volleyball in St. Petersburg.
There you see, so it can't be that bad.
I found two teams, two places or three places. I don't remember. Play. I play everywhere.
Yes, Charlie, I said to you, Max is sensible. Nikolai is a little bit crazy. So, um, Charlie, tell us where you're from. Do you work or study?
Okay, I'm Charlie. I'm from South America, Chile. Um, I moved uh, to New Zealand 3 weeks ago.
So you live in New Zealand
Um,
now.
yes,
hmm
I'm learning English every day. It's very important for my personal life, my work, to traveling.
Okay. What job do you do, Charlie?
Actually, I work mainly like a trader.
Okay. Excellent. So I'm going to share my screen with you so we can start class. Now, there are a lot of new vocabulary phrases in today's class. Okay? It says history lovers. Okay? It's a skills class. So please read the screen, Max.
Review and learn new time connectors that express
Anteriority and posteriority.
anteriority and posteriority. Review and learn new time connectors that express simultaneity.
Mhm.
Practice discussing and debating about historical events and characters.
Okay? So anteriority is forward. So something in front, and posteriority behind. So in front, behind, and simultaneity is the space in between. Okay?
Mhm.
Please read the screen, Nikolai.
After this lesson, you will understand more than you did before, though there may be times when you are confused during it.
Mm-hmm. So anteriority, posteriority, simultaneity.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
So you're going to learn how to put events in chronological order using connectors and prepositions. Okay? For example, please read the screen below Charlie.
I've been studying for ages.
Okay? So I will read the blue screen above and ask you all to read, one of you all to read below. Okay? The prepositions and connectors below can be used to express anteriority. You must be careful that you use the correct tense, okay? Please read the screen below, Charlie.
Before Jack lived in this house before we did. Since she has lived here since 207
Oops,
ago.
2007.
2000, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
7 ago. He moved to Rome 10 years ago until I lived in Australia until I was 29. For I worked for a bank for 20 years.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Max,
Mm-hmm.
how long have you lived in Moscow?
I moved in Moscow mm 2 years ago. I
Okay,
live since 2018.
okay. So 1 year ago.
Mm, not yet. Uh, no,
Yeah,
2 years ago.
so 2017. Yeah,
Okay, same thing.
okay. Nikolai,
Mhm.
how long have you lived in St. Petersburg?
2 weeks.
Come on, use the vocabulary, Nikolai.
Huh?
Use the vocabulary,
Oh,
Nikolai.
I I live in Saint Petersburg since 15th November 2019.
Okay. And Charlie, how long have you lived in New Zealand? Charlie, you need to take the mute off.
Are you with us?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
That's okay.
sorry.
So how
I'm
long have you
living.
lived in?
I live here since November 8th of this year. 3 weeks ago.
So you moved here 3 weeks ago. Okay, good. Please read the screen. Max.
Mhm. I lived in Spain for 20...
Mm-mm.
Oh,
12.
oh my God, 12 years before I moved back to the UK.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yes, please continue.
She hasn't spoken to me since I told her I didn't like her husband. Holly moved to Canada 3 years ago. He attended school until he was 16 and he got a job.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here are some more words and phrases which can be expressed, used to express anteriority. Okay. Please read the screen below. Nikolai.
Formerly, Mumbai was formerly called Bombay.
Okay.
Previous,
Bombay.
Bombay.
Mm.
Previously, she had previously told him not to call her. At first, I wasn't very good at cricket at first, but now I'm better. To begin with, I wasn't sure about him, but now I think he's perfect for her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you make a sentence using, oh, actually, I know. Max, where did you live formerly?
Formerly, I lived in Brno.
Ah, okay. And Nikolai.
Formerly, I lived in
Wait.
Brno.
So you two live next door to each other. Ah, that's what's
Uh-huh.
going on. Okay. So, Nikolai,
Mhm.
did you like St. Petersburg at first?
Um, yeah, like St. Petersburg at first.
Mhm. And Charles, how did you feel about New Zealand to begin with?
To begin with, I I love New Zealand.
Mhm. Okay. So fill in the gaps with any appropriate word from the previous page. Pages, okay? So either of those two pages. You learned a few. Which ones can you remember? So Max, please do 1 and 2. Nikolai, please do number 3. And then Charlie, please do 4 and 5.
I moved abroad 15 years. Ever moved back? No idea.
15 years.
Ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I'll ever move back.
Mm-hmm. And number 2.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, excuse me. You should have told me before that you weren't hungry. I wouldn't have cooked so much.
Mm-hmm. Nikolai?
Um, uh, could you turn the page? Mm-hmm. Uh, India was previously a British colony.
Mm-hmm. And Charlie?
Um, to 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 begin with, I hate the English weather, but I'm used to it now. Number 5, I lived in the same house uh, since I was born.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, how long have you lived? We did that one. When did you start school, Max?
When I started school, I don't remember, maybe 1995. Okay. To begin with,
Mm-hmm. Yes, to begin with. And then you started school?
I started school 1995.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To begin with, you started school in 1995. And now you're studying again on Ningoda. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why you can say to begin with. Okay. How long have you been learning English, Nikolai?
Uh, I'm learning English
I
since
have been learning English
I have been learning English since I have my
since I
first
was
since I was
Born.
at high school.
since you were in high school. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or since I was a high school student. Okay.
Pupil.
Yeah. Until when did you live with your parents, Charlie?
Uh, uh, I lived with my parents until I was 17.
Okay. Um, have you ever met a person you didn't like to begin with, but now you do? Max.
Mm, I don't know the person like that.
Okay, what
Uh,
about this one? Did you previously work at anything else before doing the job you're now?
Yes, previously work was a little bit difficult, but now I'm working, and uh, so my work so easy.
Okay. And is there anything you weren't good at first, but now you are, Charlie?
Um, I don't know. I think could be uh, at the first. Um,
Hey, you were not good at English before, Charlie.
English
Yeah. So at first,
at first was not good for me.
hmm
Now it's better.
yes. Okay. And
I
Nikolai,
I want to ask you about first question about
which
me
one?
about
This one?
meaning. That means that you look at the some man and you have bad feelings about him. You
Yeah.
don't like him.
Yeah. And then you get to know them and you like them.
Um, in that context, to met, It may be
Met
it,
means
it may be
past
it may be
tense.
offline met in the chat. I met him in the chat and I didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Doesn't
correct?
matter. Yeah, I met him in the
Ah, for
chat.
example,
Like,
I have met my colleague at the chat and I don't like him. But then I moved from Barnaul to St. Petersburg and I saw him.
mm-hmm,
He's a pretty nice guy.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So to begin with, you met your colleague chatting to them online. You didn't like them. And then you moved. Later you moved and you saw them in person
Hmm.
and you realized you're a nice person.
Hmm.
Okay. So more words. The prepositions and connectors below can express simultaneity. So you must be careful that you use the correct tense. Okay? Example, please read the screen below, Charlie.
Since I've been doing renovation since I lived here. When they made breakfast when I was still sleeping, while they were eating while he was talking on the phone. During, I will be working during summer.
Okay? So during, um, while. Yes, this expresses simultaneity. Um, well, all of them. The thing you need to look at is the space of time. Okay? So it's happening while something else is happening. Okay? You understand?
Yeah.
So this is a very long period of time. You lived in this place. And during the time that you lived there, you've been doing something else. Okay? Can you express simultaneity using since, Max?
Since mm, since
How long have you
since
been studying with Lingua, Max?
um, I have been studying uh,
23rd September.
over yes, 20 oh, the 23rd of September.
So I've been studying with Lingua since the
Since
23rd.
yeah.
Yeah, since the 23rd of September. So um, what did you do? Let me think now. What did you do during the week, Nikolai? What have you done during the week? Anything different
Um,
during this week?
mm, I mm, I
What sports did you say you learned?
ah,
Or
I will
or
be
have
play I was playing
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I was playing volleyball during
during
this
the
week.
week? Yeah. Charlie, um, what have you been doing apart from um, studying now? What else are you doing? So you're learning English now. What else are you doing at the same time?
Uh, while uh, is while I study English. Um,
I'm also.
uh, I'm watching the computer.
Yes. While I'm studying English, I'm watching the computer. Or I'm watching the computer while I'm studying English. Okay? It's good.
Okay.
So please read the screen, Max.
She had been crying since she started watching the film. What were you doing when the teacher was explaining? While she was dancing, I was cheering her on. During winter, I stay home a lot.
Okay. So here are some more words and phrases for simultaneity. Please read this screen. Nikolai.
Just. You cut me just as I was leaving. As soon as we can go out to play as soon as we finish our work. At the moment, at the moment she arrived, I spilled tomato sauce all over myself. At the time she called, I was listening to music.
Okay?
Hmm.
So, what will you do as soon as you finish class, Max?
Have a breakfast. I made it. I
I
made.
will. So I
Pardon?
will have breakfast.
Yes, I will have breakfast as soon I finish my class.
So, Nikolai, are you comfortable?
Yeah.
But still sleeping.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not sleeping.
Are you comfortable at the moment, Nikolai? He is still sleeping.
No, I hear everything. Uh, at the moment, I feel myself very comfortable at that moment. At the moment.
See, he was sleeping, right? Uh-huh. Charlie. Um, just. Can you use just, Charlie?
Um, I just start uh, a new sentence.
Yeah, you did. You just started a new sentence. Started. Okay. So good.
Started. Yes.
Okay. Fill in the gaps with one of the words on the right. Okay. So this time, Max, can you do number 1? Nikolai, can you do 2 and 3? And Charlie, can you do 4 and 5?
There has been something wrong with her. With her. She came home last night.
Which one?
Since
Yes. Okay, Nikolai.
Um, he called me as soon as I sat down to eat dinner.
Mm-hmm. And
Uh,
number 3?
uh, since I built the cabinet, no. Uh, while I built the cabinet, my boyfriend made lunch.
Mm-hmm. And Charlie?
During my holiday from university, I need to work to save money.
Mm-hmm.
Call me as soon as you can. It's urgent.
Mm-mm. Okay, so this one, number 2, just.
Yes, because as I said,
As soon as he called me. This one has to be as soon as, so this one has to be just. Okay? So, yeah, we can miss that one because we're a little bit behind. What do you usually do while you're eating lunch? Max.
I usually I when I eating with my wife, when I have a breakfast in my wife, I'm talking with her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does it annoy you when people call at the moment you are about to start eating dinner, Nikolai?
Could you repeat?
Number 2.
Uh, what is annoy?
Noisy.
Make you a little bit angry.
Ah, mm, no, it I it doesn't annoy when somebody call me when I at the moment when I start eating dinner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you usually do during the summer, Charlie?
During the summer, I usually go to the beach um, to travel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have a question
Yes.
about uh, question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you can explain me why is used does it? I don't understand
Does
in this
it?
grammar. Yes, please.
Um, does it annoy you? Is that what you mean? He, she, or it
Yeah,
does.
does it?
Yes. You say, I do, you do. He, she, or it does. So when we have to ask a question, we say, does it? Does it make sense? Do you understand?
What? Uh,
The it is
could,
referring to um, people. The it refers to the call, the moment of.
okay, okay. It a refer of people call.
Mhm. It
Okay,
refers
I
to.
understand.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
that's okay. So the preposition and connectors below can express posteriority. So something that happened in the past. You must be careful that you use the correct tense. So please read these ones. Charlie.
For I'm staying here for 10 days. From I will be here from next Monday until I'll be in the office from now until we close. After, call me after your meeting
Finishes.
finishes.
Mhm. So, okay. Can you let me think. How long will you be in New Zealand, Charlie?
Uh, I will be in New Zealand until my visa
Expires. Okay.
expired.
Let's see. What time do you
I
have?
know example.
Okay, go ahead.
I live in St. Petersburg or here for 14 days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, I oh, I have been living here for 14 days, or I will be living. No, I have been. Um,
Heavy. Mhm.
After class finishes, where will you go, Max?
I'll go to work after my class finished.
Okay. Please read this screen. Charlie.
I have been saving money for a long time. She will be here from the 15th of this month. He lived with his parents until he got married. After dinner, they went to see a film.
Mm-hmm. So here are some more words and phrases to express posteriority.
Don't sleep.
I know. I have another class after this one. I can't sleep yet. So, Charlie. No, Charlie just read. Max, please read the screen.
Later, we ate dinner and later we walked around town. After some time, I got used to living in India. Then she told him to leave and then she slammed the door. After a while, I didn't like living abroad at first, but after a while I started to love it.
Mm-hmm. So this one is slammed.
Slammed.
Mm-hmm. Do you understand the word slammed?
Slammed loudly shut the door, yeah?
Yes. Okay. After some time. So this is a phrase you can use when you don't want to say the exact amount of time. Okay. Can you use the phrase after some time, Max?
After some time I got used to it. Maybe after some time
Will.
I got used to better. I I spoke, I speak English well.
After some time, I spoke English better.
Hmm. Better.
Okay.
Okay.
Nikolai, can you use after some time?
Um, After some time, I went to Moscow.
Mm-hmm. And after a while, Charlie. Charlie?
Yes. Uh. Okay.
After a while.
After a while. Uh. I didn't. Uh. I. I didn't left sugar and salt, but after a while I feel really good.
Okay. What was the first part of your sentence?
I didn't left sugar and salt.
Oh, I didn't like sugar and salt. Okay. I didn't
No,
like.
I didn't like. Uh,
Hmm.
I was.
So I
Uh,
didn't like
I
sugar and salt, but after a while, I didn't mind it. Is that what you said? Yes.
I didn't want say left. I didn't.
Is it this
Okay.
word?
Hmm?
This is
Okay.
the word.
Okay.
Like.
Okay. I didn't like.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Max, please do 1 and 2. And Nikolai, please do 3 and 4. And then Charlie, please do number 5.
How long are you staying here? Staying here. How long are you staying here? 4.
Mm-hmm.
She was busy when I go back later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Nikolai?
Our new boss will be here from next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, what time is the store open? What time is the store open? Until today?
Mm-hmm.
I need to come back later. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Okay, Charlie?
Most foreign people don't like British tea at first, but after a while they can get used to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're going to listen to me read about Florence Nightingale. And while you're listening, try to see the order that you hear these words. Okay? So I'm going to read for you, and I want you to put these words in the order that you hear them in the reading. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so screenshot the page or print screen it, one or the other, so you can have it with you while
One
I'm reading.
moment. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Charlie, are you good?
Yes,
Okay. And Max, did you print the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop the share so that I can read without you seeing. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I shall begin. Florence Nightingale was an English nurse in the 19th century. While Florence was a young woman, she traveled a lot in Europe with her family. Before she became a nurse, she made friends with some powerful and influential people. During the Crimea War, Florence traveled to Turkey to take care of the soldiers. After she arrived, she wrote about the terrible conditions in which the soldiers were being cared for. At first, Florence believed that the soldiers were overworked, but after some time, she decided that the unhygienic conditions in the hospital were the reason why so many men were dying there. Later in her career, Florence did a lot to reduce deaths in the army. Okay? Were you able to put all of the words in the correct order?
Um, I
I hope.
I didn't hear English and Turkey.
Aha. What about you, Charlie?
English, the first word I hear,
Yes.
but
Uh,
Mhm.
uh, there are words that I don't hear.
Okay. Should I read the text again?
Yes.
yes, please.
Okay. So listen carefully. Florence Nightingale was an English nurse in the 19th century.
Ah,
While Florence was a young woman, she traveled a lot in Europe with her family.
Mhm.
Before she became a nurse, she made friends with some powerful and influential people. During the Crimea War, Florence traveled to Turkey to take care of the soldiers. After she arrived, she wrote about the terrible conditions in which the soldiers were being cared for. At first, Florence believed that the soldiers were overworked, but after some time, she decided that the unhygienic conditions in the hospitals were the reason why so many men were dying there. Later in her career, Florence did a lot to reduce deaths in the army. Okay?
Okay.
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 So the first one is English. What's the
Mhm.
next one?
Travel.
Trouble,
hmm And what's the next one?
crime,
Crime.
Crimea.
Mhm.
Okay. And the next one?
Turkey.
sulky, and travel again before.
hmm And so the last one. Okay. What about
Mhm.
so English, traveled,
Crime.
Crimea,
Crimea. Crimea.
traveled and in Turkey, and what's the next one?
Soldier,
Soldiers,
Soldiers.
soldier,
Soldiers.
and then soldiers
Unhygienic.
again.
and Zenit,
What's the next one?
and
Unhygienic.
Unhygienic.
unhygienic,
Yes,
unhygienic,
unhygienic. What about nurse?
unhygienic.
Nurse is the second
Nurse is the second one.
word.
English and then nurse. Okay. And then, yeah,
English, nurse,
English nurse.
travel, Crimea, Turkey, soldiers, unhygienic.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So have you heard of Florence Nightingale before? Do you know other people who are famous in medicine?
Uh, I never heard this person, but
Mm-hmm.
I knew Alexander Fleming.
Mm-hmm. What did he
Uh,
do?
uh, uh, Antibiotic or
Yes.
yeah,
Antibiotics. Mm-hmm.
and uh, Funk, who discovered vitamins.
Who?
Funk.
Oh, I don't know him. Okay, that's good.
I've just read a book 1 year ago, or maybe
Well
about.
done. Using the vocabulary from today's class a year ago.
Yeah.
Very good. So, what other famous, I wouldn't say women. Well, we only have a few minutes left and I have a class directly after. Do you know of any other famous people in history? Not just women. What about Catherine the Great?
It's a queen of United Kingdom.
No. Catherine the Great.
It's our Catherine the Great.
Wake up, Nikolai.
Oh,
You
I,
live in St. Petersburg.
I
Sleeping.
I didn't expect that you know our
Catherine the Great.
kings and queens,
History.
imperatress.
Tell me about Catherine the Great, Nikolai.
She was our imper, uh, imperator or imperatress.
Empress.
Empress.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm.
he
She was a girl.
she has many favorites.
Yes, she was not very she was not what's the word I'm looking for? She had many affairs.
She's a German person or with German blood.
Okay. And who did she marry?
Uh,
Peter.
I don't remember.
Is it not Peter? I think
No,
it was Peter.
I guess no. I guess not.
One of her children became king after her. Is not king,
Imperator.
emperor.
Emperor. It, it was Pavel third, maybe.
Peter the Third
Peter the third.
was emperor of Russia 6 months, and then Catherine was in charge. Okay. Charles, tell me about a famous person that you know.
Can you repeat, please?
Tell me about a famous person in history.
Famous person of history. Uh, can be I don't know.
Christopher Columbus?
Christopher
Christopher Columbus.
Columbus.
You know him? Discovered the Americas?
Yes.
What can you tell me about him? Where was he from originally?
He from Spain.
And when did
Yes.
he find the Americas?
I don't remember.
1942.
1942.
He left. Why did he go to the Americas? Why did he actually leave Spain?
Why?
Why did he leave Spain?
I know that because Spain. The truth is Europe was poor and very sick, and they need a new place to continue live.
Mm, uh,
Yes,
mm, a bit.
they serious problems.
Okay.
They were serious problem. The,
Um,
the
during that time, they thought
it,
the
it,
Earth was flat.
it it's not official history.
Mm. So during that time, they thought the world was flat. And so Christopher Columbus wanted to find another way to get to India, to get to trade with India. He thought the world was round. And he tried to convince everybody the world was round. And he said if he went in a different direction, he would get to India. They didn't know that there were other continents. And so he found the Americas instead of India by going around.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay, and that is it, people. We have no more time. I have another class. So please review the PDF and learn all of those new phrases, okay? And try to use them if you can.
Yeah.
Nikolai, wake up sometime today, okay? And enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Charles and
Okay.
Max and Nikolai, I hope to see you again.
See
Bye
you.
for now.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.